I have to say, Simon, I'm terrified, by the way, because now I'm kind of interviewing the presenter here. This is about as scary as it gets.
Is it?
Yes, terrifying,
Really?
terrifying.
I mean, the scariest thing for me is getting off the first tee.
I want to start off, Simon. So many young people nowadays could only dream of working in Formula One.
Yeah.
What was your path to being one of the key presenters in Sky Sports' Formula One coverage?
So I am a failed grain trader. So when I came out of university, I started trading grain for a private commodities firm.
Okay.
And was really bad at it. My sister was having a lot of fun in TV, so I sort of applied for a bit of work experience at Sky, and I walked before I was pushed, I think, out of my trading job. And just had a really good mentor. Went straight to the rugby department because I loved rugby, played it at university, etc., but loved all sport. And then we did that for 12 years, and when my boss moved from the rugby to the Formula One, I was like, it would be an unbelievable job, travelling the world, covering an amazing sport, and yeah, I just honestly pinch myself every day.
Shot.
Oh,
beautiful shot.
Halfway.
That's great.
No, it'd be short that.
Just didn't quite catch it.
Didn't get it, but it's straight. Now that
should be good.
If that's over the bunker, which it is,
yeah.
That is. What are we playing here?
Simon, you recently released a book called Pressure, which gives fans a real kind of behind the scenes look at the people that make kind of the Formula One world tick. What made now the right time or the interest to kind of start and do that project?
I just felt that there is a lot of focus obviously on the drivers. They're the heroes. They're the ones that are risking their lives at 200 miles an hour or however fast they can get to. And I think for me, it was like, can I write something that tells the story of the unsung heroes in Formula One? So that means all the heroes and heroines, and there's at least 300, 400 people that travel the world, part of this circus, and they never get to tell their story. So it's everyone really from the crew of the medical car to the chefs, the performance coaches, the strategists, the mechanics, the engineers. But I wanted to take it like a full 360 view, so everyone all the way up to the CEO and also the drivers themselves, and Zach Brown and Andy Cowell and George Russell, and a few of those guys were really, really generous with their time. And hopefully it's a little bit like, I wanted to make it the drive to survive, that there is not just the on-track stuff, because these people work extremely hard to bring us the sport that we love.
Shot, Simon. Cut.
Ooh, is that on?
I don't know, left side of the green maybe? Great shot.
Lovely, get up. That's beautiful. Oh, that's going to be close.
See how that does.
He knows it's good. Come on.
Go.
Yeah, good putt,
Not
Lucas.
too bad.
Oh, that's just a tug. That's an awful putt. That is an awful putt.
Simon, what's something about your job as an F1 presenter that fans would be surprised to learn?
The job really is like this. It's completely and utterly nowadays off the top of our heads. So people think we script these things. And when I first started in Formula One, I probably did. I worked really hard at making sure that everything was scripted and that I knew what I was going to say where, because I wasn't that comfortable in the environment at that stage, having not worked in it before. But as the years have gone by and you got more experienced in TV, I think you have this sort of bank of knowledge that you need to be able to rely upon. And if you're wedded to scripts or anything like that, then you just can't perform at it. So I'll look at the running order that we have for the day and really just make sure I know what's coming. But I never write down what I want to say these days. I just kind of do it in the heat of the moment. I haven't even thought really what I'm going to say until I hear 3, 2, 1, and then you just hello, and whatever comes out now, I suppose. We research really, really hard in between races. I know all the stats, work really hard at all of that. But then when it comes down to it, if you haven't got it up here, there's no way really of referring to notes.
You'll get exposed.
You get exposed. So you just need to kind of, I suppose, work from from what you've got and, your bank of knowledge, as I said.
And I think people relate more to the fact when it's, you're up there with Karun or Natalie, whoever it may be, they like that it's a conversation. It's not, hello and welcome back to Sky Sports,
No, I mean, we've lived it, right? So there's, I don't know how many people we've had on the team in the past, but we all get on like a house on fire. We spend more time with them than we do with our families in reality. And therefore, we hope and what we aspire to is that people can see that we're a group of friends on air. And if that comes across to the viewers, then we've done our job. We also want to be able to, we know how to. I mean, I've seen Crofty in ways you will not imagine. Right, and
there's probably photo evidence somewhere.
There's photo evidence of us all, right? But we all know each other that well that we feel really comfortable with each other on screen. And I think any egos within our team, they do get stamped out quite quickly. If someone's too big for their boots, it's like, just stop it, right?
Yeah.
And like you would in any group of friends, and
for sure.
And hopefully that's what keeps the audience tuned into us. I think because they can see that. I hope.
Formula One drivers are constantly compared to their teammates because that's the best point of reference, right?
Yeah.
Do you and the other presenters feel slightly in competition with each other to kind of maintain your jobs? It's a cutthroat business, right?
It is a cutthroat business, but I think right now we have a very settled team. I think it would be the nature of the beast that there's competition within any field. It doesn't matter whether you're a commentator, you're a pundit, you're a presenter, but ultimately, as I mentioned, we're all friends, and I think we've reached a really nice, happy equilibrium with our team where everybody's happy with the amount that they're doing. I used to do all the races. Nowadays, I do sort of 16, and with a family and the amount of travel, it works really well. And I think that balance, actually, within Formula One, there's chances for everybody now because of the amount of races. If it's going to be another one, I could see it being 25 races in the end, maybe even more. So the teams are always thinking, they kind of run, I suppose, a second team, or it's not all of them doing all of them these days. I think they do rotate a little bit within the structure of the race teams. And we do that because otherwise we wouldn't be able to, you just wouldn't be able to enjoy family life as well. It's really important to have that work-life balance, and we know that because of the amount of time we're away from our families.
But in terms of, the kind of the traveling circus, and I think there's so many people nowadays that want to get involved in Formula One, right? What's the kind of best piece of advice you would give kind of a young person upcoming now that wants to try and have a job similar to yours? Because almost Formula One in some ways feels untouchable. It's on this pedestal of this amazing glamour, right?
Yeah.
But how would you say for a young person going, I want to get in?
Well, I started off making the teas and coffees, and I studied biology at university. I mean, it was like I was cutting up dogfish, right? It's no preparation for that, but then it was no preparation for being a trader either. And I think when I came out of university, if you had a degree, actually the job market was okay then. This was in the sort of late 90s. Nowadays, I'm worried for my kids, where you can have a degree, but then everyone's got one and there's not enough jobs to go around. So I'd suggest that you start as early as you can, and if you have a passion, get involved at a young age and make sure you do study that at university, because I think a lot of the degrees that are coming into TV now, they have done media studies. It's not biology and just some random degree. There is an element of experience that you're almost expected to have before you get into TV. And then once you've got the foot in the door, that's it. The key is the foot in the door. And then you make your own luck, I think, like in any walk of life.
I want to hit a couple of random Formula One topics with you for a second.
All right.
Daniel Ricciardo, what does he do next? What do you think?
Well, he said that's it, hasn't it, from racing. I think he'd be brilliant in the media.
Fantastic, wouldn't he?
Yeah. So, I would say that that's the obvious thing. But right now, I think he's just taking a bit of time off. It becomes all-encompassing. I see that from whichever way you look at this job. It's a way of life. It's not just a career. It's not just a job. You become...
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. And I think when you're a driver in particular, when you've been doing it as long as he's been doing it, frankly, if I was him, I'd be wanting, you've got a few million in the bank, enjoy it. He's in the peak of his life as a human being, so why not enjoy it? But I could see him back in the media easily.
Christian Horner. Do you ever see a return to Formula One for him?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
And do you have some inside knowledge?
Recently. I do, yeah. Yeah, I do. spoken to him off the record a couple of
Yep.
times since he's left.
Well, it's great. He's about to give us breaking news,
it's
actually.
off the record. As I said, it's off the record. Am I looking at that one? Right, yeah, this is off the record. No, I think what I can say is, and I don't think it'd be giving too much away to say that if he comes back, he wants skin in the game. Despite the fact he's just had an £80 million payoff, I think the fact is that, you know, he'll drive his interest. And others have got it. You know, look at Toto, look at some of the other bosses. They have a stake in the team, and he built that up along with the rest of the Red Bull clan. Okay, the empire has fallen, but I think he's probably got a point to prove and wants to come back and do something.
My opinion on it, and I have no inside knowledge at all, I mean, there's rumours of Otmar starting a 12th team, that kind of going around. I think if there is a chance for the 12th team, you'd be silly to overlook him. Obviously, there's talk around Alpine. I think the Cadillac one is probably not going to happen, but I think it's going to be super interesting.
Well, there's even Haas has been mentioned now, so I think a purchase might be more likely than starting another one. I just think, you know, the barriers to it. I mean, there's room for another. There's another one in the Concorde, but obviously that will come to a close soon. So I think the more likely route is probably that he gets investment and ends up backing it through purchasing something with some massive sponsors on side.
I'll tell you what. Come on.
Sit down.
Come on.
Go on.
Right,
Ooh.
boys, zoom in on that one.
I don't
I thought you
think...
said you hate this hole. Go on. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What a shot. You were just telling me about how you actually hate this hole.
I do
What a
hate it.
shot.
That's how you... Yeah. It's nice to do on camera. I mean, that's a proper flight.
It's gone too high, I think. The wind's hit it. Tell you what, that was an unbelievable shot. I don't think you could have walked out there.
I'm
any
not sure I
better.
could put myself through the putt again.
Go.
Go.
Oh, I left it
I
short.
like you're the claw as well.
Yeah, I do a claw. You a claw
I
as well.
moved to claw. God knows whether it'll make it better or worse.
Oh, stop it. What a par. Now I'm getting a great birdie. Unbelievable.
That's
so
happen
good.
every day. It must be. Thank you guys. Can you follow me around?
Thank you guys,
every
and
single
thank you,
time?
Royal Wimbledon.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like that.
Quick question. As a presenter, you sometimes have to ask the kind of uncomfortable questions.
Yep.
Has that ever got you into any awkward situations with the drivers or the team principals?
Yes. The one thing about Formula One is that when teams aren't doing so well, they get quite defensive. I mean, it's the same in all sports, but in this, because they're representing so many people, it's the largest team sport in the world. Like, it can be teams of up to 1,500 people. They feel it acutely because they're at the top of that pyramid, and they're defending not just their drivers half the time, but they're defending their engineering staff or their mechanics, their pit crews, whatever. So if it's gone badly, you ask the questions. You try not to. I mean, my job as a presenter is not to have an opinion, really. It's to have others have their opinion. So really, much of that gets aimed at those that are ex-drivers or ex-team members. So for me, I'm lucky I can swerve all that kind of
Perfect.
stuff. Yeah.
That's lucky. But there's one topic that's come up a lot around Sky Sports, and that's about kind of people getting upset or them feeling that the British media are biased towards the British drivers or the British teams. What's your opinion on that?
Ultimately, we try to be as neutral as possible, but we are, and I think this is what people sort of forget, is that like our predominant audience and where we're based, and a large portion of the teams are British based, and there's 4 British drivers on the grid. There's also Alex Albon, who's born in London but drives under the Thai flag. I think we don't skew it towards them, but obviously a lot of our viewers in the UK, they want to know about the British drivers. And as I mentioned at the start, I mean, I grew up a Mansell fan, a Damon Hill fan. I grew up supporting those from Britain, and I don't think you can be kind of accused of bias just for reporting what your audience wants to know. But hopefully we don't skew our opinions towards that. We want to be fair to everyone. I mean, like, for example, Nico asked me on a podcast the other day, I sort of screwed my face up when he said, I think Max Verstappen's top 5. Well, look at Lazenby's face when he said that. Actually, the reason I screwed my face up is because I think he's arguably the greatest driver that's ever lived. So it's therefore people will think what they want to think. We can't pander to everybody. It's about doing our jobs, making sure we report the facts, and people can make up their own minds, but ultimately we can't please everybody.
Well, I think you also, when you see the Italian commentators and the Italian stuff, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari, I mean, it's brilliant. I
We're
love
much
it.
more
It's passion.
reserved, yeah.
But it's brilliant. But you kind of want that. Like, if you're an Italian, it's Ferrari through and through, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, come on, like they're obviously going to be slightly more geared in the same way of protecting their team and their drivers.
Yeah, and that's what we're not trying to be pro-British. We're trying to tell the story, but we're also having our audience in mind. It's really simple. Beauty, got right through that. Oh, same shot, same shape.
Favorite F1 livery of all time?
It's probably an obvious thing to say, but anything with the JPS kind of all black stuff, I just loved all
With
that.
the gold.
It's just great.
Which current F1 driver would make the best presenter?
I think Lando would be amusing.
Who was your idol growing up?
Shane Warne.
Favorite helmet design?
I love Lewis's yellow helmet in the red of the Ferrari. It just looks
it
it's
pops,
just
doesn't it?
unbelievable. It's great.
Who's the most underrated driver on the current grid?
I don't know if he's underrated, but the one that I think deserves that shot is George Russell.
Most memorable moment you've covered on air?
Abu Dhabi 2021.
Who's your best friend in the Formula One paddock?
That's
You're going to upset someone here. You're going to upset someone.
All of my team members, Lucas, are my
At
best
Channel
friends.
4.
I love,
No,
do
I'm
you know
kidding.
what? Steve and I really love Steve. Steve's brilliant. Lee's brilliant. They're great, honestly. We all get on very well.
Sprint races, keep them or scrap them?
Keep them, obviously.
Favorite Grand Prix to work?
For the city, Budapest. I always say if anyone wants to come, Budapest. It's a great one, not necessarily for the track. There's Suzuka, there's Spa, there's Silverstone, of course.
If you weren't an F1 presenter, what would you be doing?
You like this? Whilst I was working as a rugby presenter, I owned a fire engine, or I converted a fire engine into a catering unit called the Chili Shack. And we had chili con carne and chili dogs and chips, and we had different levels of hot sauce, like Nando's but with chili. But it got to the point where I was going to pick up all of my cold stuff from the cold storage, driving it to Twickenham. This was when I was doing the rugby, sort of firing up the generator, handing it over to the stuff, putting on my suit and tie, going up, presenting England, New Zealand, coming back down, cashing up, driving the fire engine back again to the cold storage. As a business plan, Lucas, it just didn't work.
Okay.
But maybe I'd be in catering.
Maybe it's your next job, when you're retirement job.
I've tried it, it didn't work out.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of Formula One, your top 4 drivers of all time.
Okay, Max, Lewis, Senna, Schumacher.
Tell you what. Great shot. Lovely.
Get in.
Gone. Stop it. How good's that? Awesome.
Cheers, mate.
Simon, thank you very much for coming on. Simon, where can they get your book?
The book is available, link in my bio, but it's on Amazon. It's in all good bookstores and in Tesco's and Asda from October.
I'm going to put it in a link in my bio so you guys can go check it out. The name of the book is Pressure.
Yes, right. Yep.
Okay. And we will make sure to make sure you check it out. Amazing stocking filler, and you've got some great stories in there, behind the scenes action of Formula One. Yeah, so it'll be great.
Thanks, Lucas.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
really appreciate it.
Play again.